Hey, what's up guys? It's Mark and you're watching Mark Goes Hiking. I think it's pretty obvious. I'm talking about food today. Now there's a lot of different options that you can have for food on the trail. You can do the really high processed, sugary, filler energy food. You can do as fresh as you can get. There's not a lot of pros to the junk food, to be honest with you, other than getting a lot of cheap, quick energy. Some of the cons to taking as much fresh food as you can, like an orange or apples and things of that nature, is that they weigh a lot and they ripen really fast. So if you're doing multiple days on the trail, it's actually pretty hard to take fresh food out in the trail. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to walk you through a lot of the variety of food that I like to take on the trail, and hopefully you get some ideas of different foods you can take for breakfast, for your snacks, and for your dinners as well, and a little treat for around the campfire. Okay, so let's start off with some of the breakfast items that we can take on the trail. These are not the most healthy items in the world. Not this one. This is actually healthy. Mountain House breakfast skillet and the breakfast hash. They do give you some good energy to start the day. If you like that warm meal starting off, they're going to do the trick for you. A couple other options that I like in the morning, because I don't always cook my breakfast in the morning. I often like to get up, pack up most of my gear. Oftentimes all I'm going to do before I head back out on the trail is make a cup of coffee, and I'll use instant coffee for that. And I might have something like this Lore bar. It's just a fruit bar with some spinach added to it before I get going on the trail. And then after an hour or so, I might grab some nuts, or I might grab another energy bar as well. But usually for me, I like to just get on the trail and get going in the morning, and I'll stop for one of my breaks and get some food. But if you're someone who likes the warm meal right away, Mountain House is a good way to go. You could do granola as well and put some dried fruit in there. This makes a good snack during the day, but also really good at breakfast as well. So if I have to summarize breakfast foods, I would say go for maybe a couple different bars, maybe more along the fruit line of things. Get some dried fruit, maybe put that into some granola, or go ahead and get something like a breakfast skillet or some scrambled eggs as a dehydrated meal. Now, one thing I really want you to consider when you go out on the trail is taking some fresh food with you. I like to take maybe a pear or an apple, an orange, or maybe a kiwi with me, and I'm going to use those for the first maybe 2 mornings. It's really fresh, it's really refreshing, it's good, clean energy for the body. So I'd highly recommend fitting some of this in, at least for your first breakfast and your snack for the first day, but perhaps even going to breakfast on the second day as well. So do consider some fresh fruit as part of your backpacking food. Let's talk about lunch items. I personally do not stop and eat a lunch. I will snack throughout the whole rest of the day. So I want to talk about 3 different varieties of snack items, or full out lunch items if that's what you prefer. But the categories are really the nuts and butters, and then I'm going to go to the bars and coconut chips, and then a bunch of different meat stick varieties. So let's go ahead and start with the nuts. I love to take pistachios. I like to take them shelled because they're easier to access, easier to eat when you're on the trail, and then you don't have to worry about all the shells. Pistachios, nuts in general, are a great source of energy. It's clean. It's the fats that your body really does need, especially when you're burning some energy. So there's that. This is an Orchard Valley brand. I've got 2 different packages of these. I picked these up from Walmart. They came actually as part of a bigger package full of a bunch of these little small ones. So just a variety of nuts, and there's some cranberries in some of these as well. You can even get them with some little chocolate pieces in them if you want maybe something sweet for a morale booster when you're on the trail. Along the same lines as the nuts are the peanut butters or almond butters or cashew butters. I have two different varieties here. I've got vanilla almond butter, and this is the Justin's brand. You can get this at most stores, including REI, but my grocery store carries them as well. This is a maple almond butter, same brand. And then this is a brand that I learned about when I ran a Ragnar race in 2018, and this is called an F-bomb. That's for fat bomb. And this is macadamia and pecan with sea salt. These are really tasty. They're a bit expensive, but they are really, really tasty. Gives you a little bit of a variety. Now, I'm going to cover this one first. These are Cliff Bars. I personally do not take Cliff Bars any longer on the trail because, frankly, they're really not healthy at all. They're just full of a bunch of garbage and a bunch of sugar. One step up, these still aren't totally clean, but they are cleaner, are the Pro Bars. You can get these at REI, and a lot of different outfitters are going to carry the Pro Bar. These are pretty lightweight and they're packed with calories. So if you're looking for a small package with a lot of bite, this is going to be it for you. So this is the Pro Bar. This is the oatmeal chocolate chip. Pick those up at Sierra Trading Post, actually. That's owned by the same company that owns TJ Maxx and Marshalls and Home Goods. They have a lot of just discounted items. So really, for most of my backpacking food, I go to Sierra Trading Post, which there's one right by my work, and I get a lot of this food at a much cheaper price. Laura bars, these are the nut versions. So you're probably, if you're familiar with a Laura bar, you're probably thinking of the bars are little rectangles and they're super date heavy. Date is probably the main product in them. This is not. This is more of a granola bar fashion. These sit a lot better in my stomach. They're not so sweet and they're a good source of calories. Each one of these is 210 calories in 1.24 ounces. So I've got a couple of these in here. Add that to your list. This is a brand that my wife actually orders online from Amazon. This is a grain-free granola bar. It's Autumn's Gold. I'll put a link down below if I can find where my wife gets them. These are crazy healthy, really tasty. It's just a granola bar. They're super light. They are 1.24 ounces as well, and they are 210 calories. Really good, a little more expensive, but they're really tasty. Okay, another item here that I want to talk about are coconut chips. I picked these up at the dollar store. They're pretty clean. They have cane sugar in them, but they are tasty. This is the brand I usually get, and this does not have any sugar. This uses organic maple syrup. These are really healthy. I picked these up at the grocery store, coconut chips, and these are the toasted cinnamon super snacks. They are quite healthy, good, healthier option. All right, okay, meat sticks. I love protein on the trail. So I have a variety of mostly healthy options. I'll start with the least healthy option, but it's pretty clean. These I get at Sierra Trading Post. You get these at REI, most of your local outfitters. And this is the brand Sweetwood Smokehouse. It's the big fatty. This is the honey barbecue. They have jalapeno, and I've got the original as well. All right, the other one I get at Aldi. I don't know if you all have an Aldi store around you. It's owned by the same company as Trader Joe's, and they have these little packs of beef jerky. These cost me $4 a pack. There's 210 calories in each pack. Really good. They have the smoked version, original, and teriyaki, but they're really clean and they're really flavorful. This is a brand called Nick Sticks, 100% clean, really good. You can get these online through Amazon. You can get them at Harvest Health. Dukes, not very clean. You can pick these up at Walmart. I happen to pick these up at a store called Daily Deals. 50 cents a pack. There's 3 sticks in each one. I picked up a few cases, actually, of 12 of those. These I actually don't like at all. These are the Epic meat sticks. And this is chicken. I think these things taste like cardboard, but they're super healthy. You can get a good variety of these. I picked these up for, I think, 75 cents a piece at Daily Deals, which means they're almost expired, or they are past their their good date, but I'll eat these up, in the next couple weeks as I go on some day hikes. Again, these are not morale boosters. These things taste like cardboard to me, but they're really healthy. They're probably the cleanest item I have here as far as the processed food goes. So I do put these in my pack as well. Finally, let's talk about dinner food. These are not clean. These are full of preservatives. These are pretty junky for you, but they do taste dang good. Mountain House lasagna, that is a staple. I love lasagna, I love pastas. Most of my dinner foods are gonna be some sort of red sauce meal just because I love it. I've got the Italian steak with Italian style pepper steak. That's pretty tasty as well. So that's one option that is on my list. This is the good to go meals. You can get these at REI. But this is classic marinara with pasta. They have a bunch of different varieties of food. It's all vegan if you're into that kind of thing. But this I will always add meat to. I'll also bring some little Parmesan cheese packets that I get from the gas station, and I'll add those to my lasagnas or pastas as well. And the last one I want to show you, I just picked up at Sierra Trading Post, and this is the beef pasta marinara. This thing is packed with calories. This is 6.5 ounces, and it's got over 1,000 calories in it. So I'm not going to eat this in one meal. I'm going to split this between 2 meals. Might add some pepper, some onion to it. I might add some of the beef jerky or some pepperoni to it. But this is going to get split up either between lunch and dinner if I want to have that hot lunch. Talked about a lot of food. What did I miss? Leave those in the comments below. I'd love to see what kind of food you take on the trail that I did not talk about. I love watching videos on food. I love getting fresh ideas. That's kind of funny. Fresh ideas, fresh food. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video, and just remember to keep on hiking.